Traveling to Nepal. Ready for battle.
Hello, hello, hello. Okay, let's deep breath. Try that again. Hello, hello, hello. Clear my throat a little. Okay. Nepal. I will just quickly check that this is actually live, and we will get into it. There we go. Lil Coaching session for the Gremlins. I have the chat open, so as long as anybody shows up, I will be able to see any comments that are put in. Otherwise, I will be looking plainly at like people's gameplay. Looking at Team 2, Red Team, Saren, Chimps, Abra, MacDoin, Unflux, and Nexo Ninja. I've not seen Nexo Ninja playing with them before, so this will be new, but I'm not a DPS coach, so once again, the DPS portion is not the part that I'll be looking at predominantly. If I see you make a big mistake, I'll point it out, but I'm mainly looking at the tanks and supports as one, they're more important, and two, yeah, I'm just better at them than I am at DPS. So I like the comp first off, and I also like the Symmetra. I like the Symmetra pick on this map.
Round one.
Do you stick with the Symmetra here, or yeah, you do? Okay. I will also be commonly like this, slowing down, speeding up. So actually, I'm just gonna quickly go back, watch it from outwards, and slightly. So play about half speed means you can watch it better. Nice bubble there, but so first issue I'm seeing is Max using both his bubbles at the same time. It's good to always have a bubble online or be like 3-ish seconds off of the next bubble. It just increases your survivability against better players. At this point, they'd run into you and probably punish Mac for using both bubbles so early. I know you want to look for energy early into the fight, but predominantly try and use self bubble for that, so you can step in front of your Reinhardt, like in this position you are here, take a few swings, feed a little bit, but not really. And yeah, use your bubbles for energy there, but use self bubbles predominantly, because Chimps is now getting frozen and he could do with a bubble there, and he'd just be able to freely swing. But yeah, we'll continue looking. Where is Saren in all of this? Okay, yeah. Good lamp, yeah. I think I would have lamped that. That's, yeah, Chimps is low. This is an issue. Your team's here, moving this way, and you've gone this way, Claire. It's so when you're in the moment, try and realise what direction your team is moving in, and think about where you can stand before you get there, basically. So realistically, rotating here, if your team's fighting here, is good. If your team then starts to back off, you want to move around here, because your team usually, if you're going to take a fight on point, you want to be rotating to the left side of the point. This side of the point is easier to fight than that side of the point, plainly because that side of the point is like open for half of it, and this you have that and you have that to give you cover. So yeah, just rotating. I'm assuming you're gonna jump over the back, but the problem with this now is you're just in a really difficult angle to be able to get heals into your team here. Yeah, small thing on positioning, but you rotate back. Realistically, you're still safe here. you're still able to play from here.
The objective is now active.
And yeah, you can. It's kind of like playing this corner. Their Mei has atrocious walls, by the way. She's just been throwing them up in the middle of your team and hoping to wall people off. Mac, as soon as you see a wall go up, don't ignore it. Same with like Aber and whoever the Neox ninja is. Yeah, don't ignore a wall when it goes up. It'll because when a wall goes up, that usually signifies that aggression is coming from the other team. So it as soon as this wall goes up, their Ryan wants to go at you. He can just pin, honestly. In this situation, if I was the Reinhardt, I'd pin, because that guarantees a kill. One of these two is dying if I pin into them. He probably won't now, because he was too slow with it. But yeah, Unflux has been taken out. So, and I actually don't know if Mac had his... Yeah, Mac had his shared bubble. You have your shared bubble as well. You just... Yeah, it's... I think in this situation, it's a fact of listening for it. So I will be going into detail. It is just using your ears, because you can see from Mac's point of view, he doesn't see the wall come up. But that voice line is Mei putting a wall up. And there's also the sound of the wall going up that you should listen for. Like, using your ears, you'd be amazed at how much information you get from audio in this game solely. Like, there's that blind player who's he's top 500 and he's blind because you get that much audio well, he's legally blind, he can see blurs, but you get that much information just from sound in this game that it doesn't matter if you can't see. Strictly. But it's being able to see definitely helps, where it's, again, Saren rotating here. This is a really just strong position to play, because you've got your exo boots, you can use this as cover, you can jump over here. If they've not already beaten you here, don't be afraid to just stand here, because realistically, if you're going to stand in this corner, you've got your exo boots to hop over the wall. Hot Guy 64. Thank you, Magnus. Thank you, Mini Magnus. That's a beautiful name there as well. Norheim. Yeah, so we'll just walk in. This is where you've got a problem. And I'm assuming this is your comms, because either nobody has called it. But that's a nice... You've traded your Symmetras. Neither team has Symmetra. You're now even. I don't know what this guy's doing on the right. I don't know what Cassidy's doing here. But when Chimps is low, I would recommend you two just sticking out here and playing distance, because I can if they had brains, they would have run you over. But that's a nice flank. Next. And that was a nice shot. Well done. Let's fire up now. Yeah, nice shot to clean it up. Nice pin from Chimps, turning it around. There's a few times where you probably should have been punished, but yeah, Saren with the positioning here, it's probably easier to heal your team jumping between here and there. And then yeah, I can see you playing this side now. It's all right. They're where they're rotating to. What you can always do with Symmetra on this point is set a TP up from like around here, I think it is, to this high ground. Because if you can rotate here, or not even like on the high ground, you could just set it up here. Because if you can hold them on this corner, it works better for you than them coming out. It does depend on their comp and on your comp, especially if you've got a Mei. If you have a Mei, playing here is really powerful, because this is the choke point. So you can trade what choke point you get to play with. Also, you've got cover here. You've got more cover with this than you do here. You've got more cover with that. And yeah, if you really, really need resources, you can always back up and take the fight here. It then just means that rather than taking one fight there, you're taking 3 fights. But you get to control the tempo. You get to control where the fight's taken. I've typed this in before, and I will hammer it in. That attackers decide when you take the fight, and defenders decide where the fight is taken. So you want to be taking the fight where it's most advantageous to you. In this composition, you got a Symmetra. You want to be playing here. Symmetra can build up beams from wall. They can't really wall anyone off here. Realistically, they can't get a wall off here. and get a kill off of that, unless they play absolutely mad. So yeah, I just hold a little closer here. Not be afraid. And yeah, setting up the TP as well. Window. Okay, so with window, that was too early in my opinion. Some people might say differently, but they've got this and they decide to back out. So if I slow it down, window comes out in what, 3, 2, 1. They are still here. They haven't commit to this fight. Window is really, really useful when enemies are rotating into it. So when enemies are committing to a fight, you catch them with the window. And that's how you get your punish. When they can't go anywhere else. Here, they can just back up. And they probably will. We'll probably see them back up. Yeah, there you go. So they just back up and you go aggressive. And you're lucky to pick off the Rhine. He was an idiot for standing there for as long as he did. But realistically, running into this room against a Mei is scary stuff. I would not go in this room. Here, you probably do. I wouldn't be surprised if you do, because you have the Zarya as well. You can go aggressive, but yeah, this is a scary fight now. They have the chance to turn it around. A Symmetra and Mei in this room are going to do a lot more work than a Symmetra and Mei out here. I know I'm just babbling on mostly though. So for the most part, if you think about it's really, really difficult to learn it. Just like say it now and you learn it, because it's not going to work. But you need to learn what each character is looking for. So if you know what every single character can do, you know all of their abilities. To add on to that knowledge is knowing what that character, Symmetra for example, wants you to do for her to get the most value, and not doing that. Because for her to get the most value, you come in this small room where she can stand here and beam you. Or like she is here. She stood on this corner just beaming you. You can't walk into this room with a Symmetra there. Same with a Mei. A Mei wants to wall you up, split off your team. A good Mei, not this Mei, but a good Mei would have put this wall here and split off half of your team and they would have got stomped. You're just fortunate that this Mei is atrocious, but like, still, I think you need to kind of to up your skill. You need to. I think this is especially for chimps. Being the main tank, this is stuff you need to think about. Of what do the enemy want us to do? And in this composition, it's the DPS line that kind of command what the comps do, and how the comps how different kind of compositions play out. Lamp there is fine as well. It's near the end of the fight and you're just cleaning up. Sometimes lamping, if it's near the end of the fight and you just want a DPS, chuck lamp down. Honestly, I do it all the time. Just chuck lamp down, don't heal your tank, he can stand in immortality and you can just go ham. So I'm not focusing on everybody, every fight, but for the most part. You three, Chimps, Saren and Mac are my main focuses because they're the characters I do know how to play. Whereas Lucio, I am atrocious at. So I'm not even going to go there with Abra. I'd get somebody else. They're pushing in here again. I like the aggression from Mac, playing closer. You're actually playing in the right place here. You know where to play here. Just don't push in, don't get too aggressive. Play this corner. Simwall's too early. They've not commit yet. Okay. When they commit to a fight, you can. That's a beautiful shadow, though. When they commit to the fight, you can really tell. Having a fight on this corner, you're bound to win. They have to push into you. That's a hard fight for them to win. Anyway, the Simwall came in very early there, and you realistically could have given them some space, Simwalled, and then pushed into them here. Where are they going to go? Here, they've got a Mega behind them. Here, they've got to make a trek to get to the Mega. So yeah, this corner, beautiful corner to play at. If they go high ground, you want to play further back. That's why teams push high ground, because you can't play that corner. You can play like round here, or you can play round here. I'd recommend playing this corner. Corners are your friends in this comp, as you know. But yeah, Chimps, if they're pushing high ground here, you know they are. I want to see you push and hold over here. When their Reinhardt meets you, back up. Give him space. He wants space, give him space. Plus, they have ults this fight. I can see you probably using Window High Noon here. And so, with Window High Noon, you want to be windowing quite aggressively. You want to be windowing practically in their face. But not in their face. It's a kind of judgment call. It's hard to decide sometimes. You want to be windowing where it's the perfect distance, where you can push into it, and it still get as much value as you can. But not as close to them where they can just walk through it and it get no value at all. It's a thin line kind of thing. But if you're always worried, use your window selfishly. Use it to heal your tank. Never underestimate the power of a selfish window. A selfish window, as long as you're hitting those heal grenades, even if you're hitting the ground, they're doing double healing. And nobody's walking into you while you've got that. If they are, they're not going to climb. They're idiots. They'll get punished by you when you learn to be able to fuck shit up. But for now, if you're not confident on taking 1v1s as Baptiste, a window here is fine if you're not that comfortable. But yeah, I'll be watching to see what you do. Chimps, yeah, pushing up to exactly where I want to do. Backing up as well. Bomb coming out. Is that going to get Saren? No, okay, good. One tip I'd say is when the bomb comes in, don't turn your back to it. Look at where it is first, or where it's going to go, because you ran all the way down here when you could have just taken 2 steps back and still had LOS of your team. So yeah, first pick, they pushed in without a D.Va mech, so they're already down. Actually, to be honest, they pushed in without D.Va mech, windowed, and you can fully just counter window. Just window in their face. Nice block. High Noon coming out. This is the thing. This window is going to get no value here. Where the fight has gone on, the fight is here. You want the window around here. Or, you kind of want it where the fight's happening. At this point, if you're windowing early into the fight, you window quite far forward. If you're winning the fight, you aggressive window. If you're losing the fight, you defensive window. It's complicated, but it's easy to learn. You just have to learn. It takes time. I expect you to win this point. You two both go down because, honestly, I want to say it's Mac. He is on the off tank. It's his job to look behind him. But when did the TP go? When did the TP go? Round now, isn't it? So you should be calling TP behind. Need help. And Mac. Oh, Mac's got shattered. Okay. Even with the blizzard going down, if Mac. Okay, this is an issue, or not an issue. This is a mistake. I don't know. Oh, okay. I don't know if the stream's going to stay up or not because my Wi-Fi is not sticking around. Hopefully it's okay. Here. You haven't got your bubble. 3 seconds off. 1, and there you are. You've got your bubble, and you get to save one of these two. Realistically, you want to save Saren because it's Baptiste, but one of these two you can save here. If you just turned around and looked. I think I need to work on Brig. I could definitely help with Brig. Brig's one of my best characters. Brig is all game sense. Yeah, these two die. Basically, that bubble is not needed. Mac, tone your aggression down, and use your ears again. You didn't hear the wall earlier, and I don't think you realised the blizzard was down. The best advice I can give to everyone is to improve, slow down to speed up. So play the game slower, think about the game more. Even if you're losing, just try and force habits. So stuff like learning to use your ears. If you think you hear something, have a look around and look for it.
Score
because you'll learn to hear it
2-1.
more often. And realistically, if you have to look around and it gets you killed, you learn. It's Overwatch is one of those really you're not going to learn it overnight. It is going to take a while to learn, but as you can tell, I'm pretty committed at this shit, so I will stick around and I will help you guys try and improve. I am not the best player myself individually. Playing in the game, I'm not good. When I'm sat like this, I like to think I'm better. I like to think I'm better at coaching than I am playing the game. Going on to this point, honestly, Mac, Zarya worked. You don't have to force D.Va here. They weren't playing anything that strictly needed a D.Va. It's not a map that strictly has a lot of high ground, so I know you're better at Zarya than you are at D.Va. I'm not saying I don't think you should force D.Va where you want. That's the wrong spot.
One.
That's still the wrong spot.
Capture.
Are you staying on the sim here or switching off? Switching off. What are you switching to? Sorry.
We're all soldiers now.
Okay. First issue. Soldier Cassidy. I don't know what Nex's hero pool is like. This is not great, basically. I would have preferred to see Unflux go on to, or stay on the sim, or go on to a Mei. I know it's painful, but realistically, Soldier still works on this point, just not with Cassidy. So then seeing Nex go on to like a Hanzo or a DPS character that's more projectile based, because projectile characters tend to have more utility in their kit than hit characters. More examples would be Mei and Symmetra, TP, wall, ice block, turrets, in comparison to what, heal pad. And I mean, Helix Rocket doesn't really count because it's not utility. That's fair. If they told you to go Kree, go Kree. There you go. There's a learning point for everyone. Try not to run Soldier Kree unless they're running a Pharah that you're really struggling to kill. Don't run a Soldier Kree. Soldier on this map is good though, and so same with Cassidy. Sorry, I was calling them wrong there. Oops. Same with Cassidy. They're both decent on this map. They're both pretty good, but they offer less utility than those characters. And if they are playing the better comp, realistically in this situation, DPS wise, like a DPS line always determines. DPS line always determines the brawl matchup, or not always, but it determines how the brawl matchups are played. And realistically, you could have stuck on the Zarya, and you could have just gone Mei or played a Hanzo instead of the Cassidy or something like that. Just yeah, look out for more, like, rather than double hit scan, just try and stay away from double hit scan where you can. Okay, I wasn't paying attention there. Mac, you've boosted too far. You do know you can melee to cancel your boosters. So, oopsies. Oh, balls. Forward in. There you go. Okay. So, you can actually boost a melee, and then here you should have cancelled long before. That's an awareness thing. It's just because then your DM couldn't reach, so you were too far away. Your DM couldn't reach chimps. Also, just pointing out, if you had a Zarya, bubble, he'd be fine. Just trying to beat in more and more how you don't have to force away from Zarya in tier 2. In tier 3, maybe. This is tier 2 though. It doesn't quite play like tier 3. It doesn't quite need to. Nice little boot in. Trying to punish that. That's a nice boot. Yeah, excellent. Mac, keep an eye on your health. They've still got Reinhardt as well, so just be scared. Monkey pin. There's a pin? Wait, there was a pin? There was a pin? I didn't see that. Oh, come on. Don't crash on me, please. Well, while that loads, I didn't notice there was a pin. Anyway, from what I was literally watching right there, I might have to reset that. Pause. Basically,
Traveling to Nepal.
run it down, run it down mid. Yeah, I can't think. My words are gone. My brain's scrambled now. Oh yeah, Mac, look at your health. And also, you don't always have to look at your health, but try and get a feel of when you're low health, because the red things come around the edge of your screen. How do I bring up the
5, 4, 3,
it's
2,
not square.
1.
Square resets the map. Ah, there we go.
Teleporter online. I have
Ready for battle.
Okay, and it's no, it's that.
Ready for battle.
What the hell did I press to get that? What button did I press? Huh? Okay, I don't know what button I pressed to get here, or to get to the HUD, but we're here now. Okay, wait.
5,
Slow it down.
4,
Okay, so I gotta remember when I'm
3, 2,
skipping.
1.
It's 60 seconds.
Soldier 76.
Right, I'll slow it down now. Bring that back down. 10 seconds is better than 5. Yeah. Okay. Back to the start. We know what happens here. That flies too far. DM can't reach. There you go. And also you DM too early because you couldn't reach. That's just not knowing D.Va, not knowing how far a DM reaches. You fly through, you fall extremely low. You're on like 30 health, I think. 23 health. And is the mega... You should be making a beeline for the mega. Yeah, Abra steals the mega from you for some reason. Sarin... Yeah, you just spent that on positioning here.
The objective is now
With this... So, a big tip for you, Sarin, or Claire, or whatever you want to be referred to as. A big tip for you is know your retreat route. So when you go into a fight, wherever the fight is happening, or wherever you're rotating in or going in, think about your way out. They don't have to, because they're probably going to die. You're the most likely to get out alive out of all of them. You and Abra are the most likely to get out alive. So when I say think of your retreat routes, you started off here, you were healing here. Your retreat route is this way, because your spawn's there. So your retreat route is always back to your spawn. The best way back to your spawn, the safest, quickest, whatever you want to think it is, it's the best way back to your spawn. And so I can see you kind of just stood in this room. Obviously you're now deciding to go back in, which I disagree with, but I will talk about in a second. But yeah, you're looking for the mega pack, which you didn't need. I think are you looking for the mega pack here? Yeah, that's looking the lamp. Retreat route is just knowing where you're going. I like the DPS in so yeah. Okay, I don't know why you're going for the mega pack there. You know max critical. Those criticals should be like sirens to you. And here, yeah, I mean this is safe. I don't know why I'm picking up on it. Retreat routes is good to know. I'll point out when it comes up, but yeah, realistically they should just be pushing through here. There are so many more. They just definitely lose this fight. Okay, you're going back in. You got Chimps back now as well, so this is a better fight for you to take. Okay, Chimps is off on one. I don't know why you've all left Saren on her own here. You've just buggered off. Realistically, when it comes to this, Abra And at this point, Nex are the only people that are needed here. Mac, you don't need to go to point. Chimp's pinned off because Mac flew to point. So now they're retreating here. These are 2 juicy kills. Look at that. Look at that. Look at you wanna beat that. So you when they're backing off, you want to be chasing. You want to be getting as many kills as you can. You want to be upping your ult charge. And they've just used wall. You've got nothing to scare you. There's nothing should scare you pushing in here, other than the fact that Chimps gets walled off. Saren messes up the wall jump over the wall. Happens. But Mac, you didn't need to fly to point. You could have stayed here. If point's being capped, Mac, you don't need to cap point. You're D.Va. Lucio's doing it. It depends on the map. Payload maps, D.Va is usually the best because she's got the boosters. She can get to the high ground easier. But this map, no high ground. Kill. So yeah, they probably get out alive here. But I don't know what Chimps is doing over there. Probably getting the Mega by the looks of it. Oh, he doesn't even get the Mega. Yeah. I don't know how much... I want to quickly back up and have a look at how much shield health you had, Chimps. Because you can just shield them. Practically full shield. 14,000. Yeah. Stood here. 15. You have 15,000 shields. You have so much shield health. If that Mei pushes onto you and you die in this fight, those 2 die. You, in this situation, just stand there and hard shield them because they die if they go for you. And if you die, it's a good trade. They're getting them 2 out because you're going to be back in before the next fight starts. Yeah. And realistically, you've also got Saren behind you, and Max should have been here. But yeah. Otherwise, we'll see where you set up for the next fight. I prefer holding this side. Personal preference, just because the backing up backs up here, and this is a good position. You can see the whole point. You got a mega pack here. Like you can play this. It's a choke point as well. It's quite a tight choke point. A nice corner to play on. That's where you're backing up to. Another tip, Chimp. Another bit for you. I don't know if you know this or not. So if you do know it, just let me know. But with Reinhardt or with Brawl or Rush comps, you have 2 positions you want to take the fight. Every single time you're taking a fight, think, okay, where am I going next? Because then you know your rotations before you've made them. It's heavy predictive. Like, this game is heavily predictive. But you're clearly setting up to take the fight here. That's fine. Where are you going next? You probably want to drop back down to point. This corner, a lot harder to fight than that corner, but still, you're dropping back down to here. If they go left side, you probably... I don't know where... You probably actually... I don't know where you're going to go from here. One sec, let me think. Because they could always... Oh no, they're running a Mei sim. They're going to run into you. Never mind. Ignore me. If you were running into this, if it was flipped, if it was you coming off spawn and they're holding here and you're running Soldier Cree, Soldier Cassidy, go this way. Flank them. Because they can't rotate into you here. That's why this position's strong. Because that position is harder to rotate into positions here. But yeah, like I was saying, always know where you're going. So like, you're taking a fight here, you're backing off to here. And then if you're continuing to struggle, I mean, you shouldn't struggle here. You should have good enough shield management to just hold here constantly. And realistically, you win that fight. If you lose that fight, reset. But it's about knowing, because obviously, yeah, you have your shield resource. You don't want to force a fight in the first position you get to every single time. If you get to here and you're 1-up, if you've already got a kill at this point when this fight's about to kick off. You've already got a kill here. Take the fight here. But yeah, that's yeah. Just a little tip. Just know where you can back up to take the fight. Nice flanking. Oh dear, Saren. Oh dear. I like the window. I do like the window. The window's a really good defensive window. And also, picking up from last point, you've done it already. They've commit to this fight. They've pushed through that doorway. Unfortunate the wall has come up. You should use your exo boots to get onto this wall, and this is a mechanical mistake here. You should just get onto this and throw it into this corner. You should have probably... I say you should have probably... No, you didn't need it earlier. You just should have got onto the wall. I don't know if there was a DM there or not. Mac probably playing too far away again. It's again, you need to learn your DM distance. Yeah, okay. This is the Zarya in you, Mac. Damage, damage, damage. D.Va is not the same in any way, as you well and truly know. Here, the wall has gone up. It's a reaction. The same thing. Your DM doesn't reach that far. If I rewind it and try and bring it to the exact point where you turn and DM chimps, your DM doesn't reach as far as he is. And it's just, you need to learn the DM distance, because I think you're stood over here somewhere. Yeah, let's quickly slow it down even more. Where's your DM? It stops about here. Yeah, so it stops about here. So you're not stopping that D.Va micros or anything like that. You just stood that little bit too far away. You should be about here, maximum, or minimum, sorry. To get the maximum range, DM on him, you need to be about here. Because you also want to be eating bullets from coming in from here. So you want to get basically all of chimps in your DM here. That's just learning the DM distance, which you'll hopefully learn by playing more D.Va over and over. But it's like something to try and pay attention to when you're in game, because the reason chimps died is because you were too far away. You got booped back. But yeah, the reaction time on the DM, because you were tunnel visioned on the May, and then the DM just not reaching far enough, because you don't know the DM distance. And yeah, like I said, you learn it as you play her more. Not an easy character. Boosters through. Their Reinhardt is feeding there by going for that again. Blizzard, I don't like them committing Blizzard here, because that is just a stupid Blizzard. Oh, what's that? Oh! Okay, there's been a shooting in America. That's not very nice. News with Latark. Dun dun dun! At least 5 dead and 19 in hospital after a shooting at Chicago 4th of July parade. Dun dun dun! Okay, there's a little news section. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. Their May should not have commit. Blizzard, actually I say should not have. They've lost their Ryan. Blizzard being commit, that's fine, you lose your mech. You lost your mech before the Blizzard came out, I think. So, you can't eat everything. One recommendation I would have said, Mac, is you can fly onto this high ground. Here. You can fly onto this high ground. D.Va, I'll hammer it in again. D.Va is really dominant on the high ground. High grounds are really strong. She could fully... Oh, okay, I see. Ah, I see. I've only just seen that.
Let them out. Get in here.
A moment of silence for those we've lost. That was so unlucky. Why did it bounce off of the top of that? Realistically, you should have been able to get into this corner, but really, at the same time, it should have set off here, and he would have been safe if it went off here. You're just really unlucky with that. That's fine. I'm not picking you up on that anymore. That's not your problem. That's not your mistake. That's just yeah, you lost mech before. Blizzard came out. I like the positioning from Unflux, by the way. I like this position on the side. Soldier works really good at this spot, and the D.Va is just going to want to hammer it into you. One thing I will say though, look at your target priority, because I can see you shooting at a D.Va when there is a Baptiste out in the open. So I can see you shooting the Diva, but where's the Baptiste? The Baptiste is on that left. You can honestly just go for the Baptiste.
I've got you in my sights.
So you have Visor. Visor here is a good Visor. That's a good Visor. You zone them all into that room. And realistically, I wouldn't push into this room. I hope you don't push into this room, especially without Mac. I understand you probably didn't realise that Mac was there, but I can understand. That is a shatter. Yeah. You shouldn't have pushed into there. You didn't need the shatter, but you used the shatter. Survived on 19 health. Beautiful. I can't complain. There you go. You did what? You did a good job. There you go. You got confident. You did a good job. I agree with that play. Same again. Play on the left hand side, not the right hand side. And Matt should be playing with your Reinhardt or soldier. Playing because he'll be a soldier. You can't heal with I like this. I like you backing up him, Chimps. They've still got the symbol. Beautiful shatter comes out. Oh, well played fight. All in all, that was a really good fight. And on Flux clean. Yeah, that was a good fight. I liked you backing up there. I like the way you took position too. And they're still on this Mei Sim as well. They've got the better comp, but they're just playing it worse. Their Mei isn't farming the walls. Their Sim obviously isn't getting close enough because of the walls. And this is a shite. What the okay, what are you doing? Firstly, Mac, you shouldn't have been in that position because your Reinhardt's on the right hand side. I don't like the positioning, but it still works. It's not a bad position. The right hand side is fine as long as you're all here. You should all be on this right hand side. Unflux can turn around and sprint. If they speed, realistically, they're speeding in here. They speed in here. They've wasted window as well. That's a stupid window. Or no, it's a good window because you've charged into this side to try and cut them off before they get here. Rotation last second. Stick to your guns, honestly. And also, these two are safe. Mac shouldn't have been here, but these two are safe. I hope neither of them die, because he got legs that go fast, and he got butthole that goes fast. You know. Yeah. So that is a questionable move. You got lamp there. You got bailed out, but you're probably dead here anyway. Yeah. There you are. Yeah, you got bailed out by Sarin, and Sarin finding two. Alright. DPS Baptiste using... I like this window. I like the window. I love it. That's a selfish window if I've ever seen it, and I love it. Good map. Well played. They played worse than you, basically. But well played, all in all. I will... Mac keeps... Well, Mac is... I can't lie. I can see that Mac doesn't play. That's your own high noon. I wasn't even... Mac, stay there and help Chimps. You don't need to peel back for Lucio. Here, looking at the point, tells you there's just a Lucio. But who is the other side of this wall? Just Chimps. You should be scared for his life. I know, just hammering it in. Mac, look at your Reinhardt. Reinhardt on Diva, just like Zarya, she plays basically in the neutral. She plays basically in the same place as a Zarya. So don't worry about your positioning when it comes to where you need to stand. You don't need to be standing halfway across the map from your Reinhardt. You're very welcome just to stand next to him. And so here, yeah, your DM is perfect until you turn away and look at your own high noon. Look at the point. You can see somebody's on the point, but there's a high nooning McCree or high nooning Cassidy with a Lucio blank. I would, yeah. How does? Still, you got your Cassidy here. How the hell does it? Okay. But all in all, still fine. It's honestly, you say I'm love that Mackie. I'm not explaining. I'm not pointing out big mistakes. They're not big mistakes on Mac's part. I mean, there's been two, but like, for the most part, I'm just pointing out minor mistakes that you'll get punished for against really, really good people. Against really, really good people, you won't come against really good people in tier 2, but still, it's
Ready for
yeah,
battle.
it's still
One
just good to point out these things. So yeah, I will quickly stop it. So this is saved as a separate map. This is Nepal. And do you guys want me to do another map? Because I've got the time to do one more, if you want. Because I don't want it to be too long. I want people to actually want to watch it back. So if I make a whole stream, people might get bored. Another map or no? Last? I'm assuming you played Dive because it's watch point. But yeah, I'll do one more. So I will quickly end